Hey guys, it's Ashley, and today we are going to be doing a book talk with 4 new young adult books that we have on the shelf. But before we begin, I want to ask, why haven't you signed up for summer reading? I think we have 3 teens that are participating at the moment, and there are 3 raffle prizes. Do the math. Sign up! You're gonna get up to 10 raffle entries for reading. 10 hours equals a raffle. And you also get 3, little mini prizes at 20, 40, and 60 hours. What are you gonna lose? It goes on until the end of July, so please either come in or give us a call and we can sign you up for the program. So please sign up for summer reading. I'd appreciate it. All right, so let's begin. The first book that we have is called Smooth by Matt Burns. And this is about a young teen named Kevin. He's 15 and he has acne. And it's not just like regular, little acne. No. These are described as stinging welts, massive whiteheads, and painful pustules. Ew. So, not that great. In an act of desperation, he decides to go to the dermatologist and ask for a new prescription that should help. With this new prescription comes a couple of different side effects, including depression, and a blood test that he has to take every month, just to make sure, it's okay in his system. But at the blood tests, or when he's going every month, he meets someone named Alex. And she kind of becomes his safe haven. So he looks forward to going and getting his blood test every month because he's able to see her. And unfortunately, because of that, he starts losing his other friends. And he starts finding out more about who she is outside of the lab where those blood tests are. And it makes him kind of not sure of anything anymore. So he just doesn't know, the way he's feeling, is it one of the side effects of this, acne medication? Or is it just a side effect of being 15? So you guys know how it is. I remember how it is, as a teenager, you're just kind of all over the place. So, all right. So that is our first one. All right, and next we have a book that a lot of people have been looking forward to, which is, drum roll please, The Ballad of Songbird and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. So this book is technically the prequel of the Hunger Games series. So it's technically the 4th book, but it takes place like 60 some years prior to the Hunger Games. So whereas the Hunger Games series is like the 70-something, annual Hunger Games, this takes place on the 10th annual Hunger Games. And its main character is a character that we already know. We know him as President Snow. But in this time, he is just Coriolanus Snow. I do not know if I'm saying that right. And he is preparing for his one shot at being a mentor for the games. Unfortunately, he considers his assignment to be humiliating, as it is a female tribute from District 12. So, which everyone knows, District 12 is considered the lowest of the low, because there's no 13, right? And, he has to try and train her, and unfortunately, he starts to kind of feel and understand, this tribute. And he decides that, his desire to survive, is he's going to do whatever it takes. So I know a lot of people are already praising it, so I haven't read it myself yet, but hope to soon, because I know I liked the original Hunger Games. So yeah, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. All right. This next book has a really, really interesting premise, so I'm hoping it's really good. We just put it on the shelf the other day, and I'm kind of super excited for it. So this one is called Goddess in the Machine by Laura Beth Johnson. And our main character here, her name is Andra. And she suddenly starts off the story waking up drowning. Not only that, but she is in a hot and dirty cave. And she finds out that it's the year 3102. And everyone keeps calling her goddess. When she went into a chronic sleep for a trip across the galaxy, she expected to wake up 100 years later, not 1,000. Worst of all of the other people, all the other colonists, her friends and family, they're dead and they had died centuries ago. For some reason, all of their descendants seem to think that Andra's a deity because she was left in that stasis and she did not, die or decay from it. So she's also not on Earth. So she is trying to figure out if there's any way to get back to Earth. There's also a prince on this planet, which they call Aaron said. Why authors make up the weirdest names that are sometimes so hard to pronounce? And the prince's name is Zaid. And the goddess, Andra, her stasis pod used to be in the prince's castle until 4 years prior when it disappeared. So he has devoted himself to trying to find the goddess and trying to find, where her stasis pod went. Of course, to him, it's the glass coffin. Kind of like a Sleeping Beauty, or not Sleeping Beauty, Snow White type story. So he's hoping that if he is to find her, that she can help him claim his place on the throne. And if she doesn't actually have power, well, they might kill her. So it seems that without, or with a vicious monarch, his father, on the throne, and a city tearing apart at the seams, that Zaid and Andra might never be able to unlock the mystery of her fate, let alone find a way to put Zaid on the throne. And especially since, Zaid hasn't really been telling the full truth to Andra. So, does she know, or can she find out, is this planet going to be better than what they left behind on Earth? Is she able to get back to Earth? A lot of questions that she's trying to figure out, while she's on this planet 1,000 years from where she was supposed to be. So, sounds really awesome. Space, a little bit of fantasy, kings and princesses and princes, should be a fun story. Again, that is Goddess in the Machine by Laura Beth Johnson. And our last one is Burn by Patrick Ness. And this one, it's a fantasy historical. So it uses kind of our history, but throws in dragons because everyone loves dragons, so why not, right? This one is in 1956, and it's about a girl named Sarah Dewhurst, and she lives on a farm with her family. And one day her father decides that he is going to hire a dragon to work for the farm. So the dragon is a smaller, little blue dragon, which the traditional dragons are like big, giant red ones. So this one's a smaller one. And the blue dragon's name is Casimir. And he actually ends up saving Sarah and one of her friends from the attentions of a racist police deputy whose name is Kelby. And when the dragon does that, everything changes. So Sarah becomes part of a prophecy where she must escape the clutches of an assassin from a believer cell, which is a dragon worshipping cult. So you have Sarah, you have the assassin, and you have the dragon, Casimir, who eventually, they come together and they are thrown into, ready for it, another universe where dragons never existed. Maybe kind of like ours. So can they save, this world as well as the one they left? I don't know. Sounds interesting. I mean, it's always interesting when you have, a regular, type of setting and then you just throw in a dragon. Sounds fun to me. All right, and that's Burned by Patrick Ness. All right, everyone. So those are our 4 books that we are looking at today. If you have any questions or if you want to request one of these books, just give us a call. We are also open, so you can come in, kind of look what new books we have on the shelf. And again, please sign up for summer reading. So we really want to try and continue to promote summer reading, even though we aren't able to really do a lot of our programming like normal. And, you know, for part of the month, we weren't even able to have people in the building. But we'd really like to keep this, you know, this consistent program that we have every year. We would like to keep it going. So please consider signing up. All you have to do is either, you know, give us a call or come in. Either way, we'll give you a login and password, and you'll be able to log those hours from the safety of your home, or if you're on your vacation, you can use your phone or smart device to log your hours. It's all kind of digital this year, but you can still log your hours in person if you need to. But all right, well, those are today's books, and this is today's book talk. So I will see you next week for a couple new books. See you guys.